You're listening to Systemic Error Podcast. The failure was designed.
Here are the signs Trump is preparing to die. Psychologist, based on an article by Nick Hilden. Trump is building a personal state. Donald Trump is not merely decorating a building. He is using the presidency to turn public space into a monument to himself. The source article frames this as a psychological appetite for legacy. The more concrete reading is simpler. A sitting president is trying to stamp his private mythology onto the Capitol's physical order. The source of the damage. The facts here are plain enough. Trump's second term has been marked by fixation on DC construction projects: the ballroom, a 250-foot arch, the reflecting pool mess, endless gold banners, portraits, and AI images of himself beside founders and as Jesus. When asked who the arch was for, he said, "Me." That is not ambiguity. That is authorship. Power, not personality. The dangerous mistake is to treat this as a quirk of personality, as though vanity were the main event. Vanity is the method. Institutional power is the instrument. Trump is the president, and that means he can convert national symbols, federal buildings, and public space into a stage for self-worship. The article's psychological gloss risks softening that reality by making the story about one man's inner life instead of the power he commands. Misdirection as strategy. This is how authoritarian aesthetics work. They recode domination as taste, corruption as renovation, and personal aggrandizement as civic improvement. Trump says he wants to clean up a dirty and disgusting Capitol, but the actual project described here is not purification. It is ownership. The word "me" matters because it strips away the patriotic mask. The Capitol is not being beautified for the public. It is being reorganized to center the ruler. The symbols are the point. The article correctly notes that architecture outlasts speeches. That is exactly why this matters. The ballroom, the arch, the gold, the banners, the portraits, these are not decorative excesses. They are a political language that tries to naturalize Trump as founder, savior, and embodiment of the nation. Critics worry this arch would loom over the Lincoln Memorial and Arlington National Cemetery for a reason. The point is not just scale. The point is substitution. He wants his image in the same visual register as memory, sacrifice, and state authority. The pattern. This story is not about construction. It is about regime aesthetics, the conversion of public institutions into personal property, and the normalization of a leader who speaks and builds as if the country were a commemorative project for his own name. That is the larger pattern. Trump does not merely seek office. He seeks inscription. He wants history to stop recording him and start arranging itself around him. You've been listening to Systemic Error. Thanks to AltaNet for today's article. With it automated voice of Bryce. Thanks for listening.